If y'all could rise and put your hand over your heart or take your caps off, we're going to sing the national anthem to get this started. Thank you all for coming. This is the second time we've done this honoring the LGBT fallen veterans of the United States. And today I want to thank Linnea Magnuson, the curator of the Soldiers Memorial, for letting us do this. Vernon Embus, who's the security. Sarah Gamblin-Louis is our trumpeter. She's going to play taps for us a little bit later. Andrea Sanderson is the vocalist of music. Lisa Miller is my guest speaker. She's a Lieutenant Colonel in Army Reserves. And me, I'm Steve Zager. I'm a Master Sergeant, retired Air Force, Sergeant in charge of ceremonies. Right now I'd like to introduce Colonel Miller. She's going to say a few words, and we'll go from
there. Nice crowd. A few more than I thought at 11 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to Pride 2014. It's a great day to be celebrating our complete selves and the long journey we have taken to get here. I am proud to be standing with you today as we take a moment to remember those who have gone before us and to reflect upon how far we have come as a community. I must admit that when I joined the military more than 30 years ago, I never imagined it would be possible to stand together as proud, out, LGBTQ veterans and military members. Yet here we are. We stand together as evidence that change and growth are possible. Many among us stand survivors of harassment and dishonorable discharges, stand as survivors of dark closets, and stand as survivors of prejudice and ignorance. This history will never be forgotten, nor should it be. Yet we stand together at the dawn of a new era, an era when we now serve our great nation proudly, honorably, and openly. I said I was surprised that this time had finally come, but I shouldn't have been. As I prepared to speak with you today, I reflected on my many years of military service. I came to realize that the military, which forced its members to lead double lives or out of its ranks altogether, was the same military that taught me to believe in several very liberal precepts. Precepts which continue to guide my actions and structure my expectations of our government. The military taught me that everyone gets a chance. Everyone gets an education. We all get health care. Everyone gets housing, everyone gets fed, and everyone gets clothed. The Army also taught me that we're supposed to take care of one another. We're supposed to live by a standard of conduct. Yeah, we're supposed to work hard. and we're supposed to keep trying to do better. Yes, the military taught me these things are important, even if it didn't always live up to these ideals. The military is a human organization. It can be a destructive hammer. It can also be a helping hand. It changes as we change. We suffered together for change. We now rejoice together that it has changed. Thank you for your service, and thank you for being part of St. Louis Pride 2014!
Thank you, Colonel Miller. That was just an awesome speech. Oh my God. I'm going to say a few words myself when I honor the veterans here. Like Colonel Miller, like she said, a lot of us serve in closets. We can't really be ourselves. That's not the case anymore. Here I am, a gay man. Proud to be standing here today. A retired member of the Air Force on the steps of hallowed ground. The Soldiers' Memorial, a place steeped in history and honor. It is my privilege to be honoring all members who served quietly, hiding their LGBT status so they could serve in the armed forces. In my lifetime, I never thought I would witness the gay community being allowed to, by law, to serve their country openly with pride and dignity. This is how it is supposed to be. The Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution so that we all have the right to live free, without persecution from church or state. We are truly living what our Constitution declares. Your serving, then paying the ultimate price is not in vain. We in the LGBT community are products of your sacrifices, along with the women and blacks or any other persecuted group of people. We are all free to live as we are. I've given many quotes since I organized this event for Pride last year, to newspapers, television, radio, personal interactions with people. To best sum up the driving force behind this is this. It's not easy growing up, identifying yourself with a group of people who, by societal standards, a murderous offense is equivalent to being gay. Tell me, is that some messed up thinking or what? I have grown into who I am because of my own terrible experiences. They were the catalyst for me to change the journey I was on and join the Air Force. I had to leave everything I knew to grow into who I am supposed to be. Basic training was a tough thing for me. I went down there. MITI pulled me out of the class after he sent everybody out of the day room and dismissed him, held me back, and looked at me in the eye with his hat and said, "You're a faggot, aren't you?" And I said, "Sir, no, sir, I'm not. Because if I ever catch you looking at one of my boys, I'll have you bounced out of here so fast you won't know what hit you." And so I found the most masculine guy in my flight. His name was Mike Barlow. He was our chief. He was the same as us, but he was in charge of our whole flight. And I copied his mannerisms, the way he ate, the way he brushed his teeth, the way he talked, the way he walked, the way he shined his boots. I emulated everything because I wanted to get rid of whatever it was people were seeing in me that made them think I was gay. Because I wanted to serve my country. I couldn't go back home to where I grew up. I mean, I couldn't have lived that. I was in a box. They wouldn't have let me out of it. So I did it, and I gathered all the strength I could as a 19-year-old and decided I'm making some changes. I worked really hard and graduated with my flight with the rest of my airmen. All I knew was this: I couldn't fail and go back home. He wrote in my basic training book that I was one of his best men and to go on and have a great career. It meant more to me than you will ever know. While at my first assignment, Fairchild Air Force Base, Washington, I realized I wasn't that bad of a person. I started excelling at my job, gained friends, and started the foundations of the man you see before you today. No one should ever be made to feel they aren't worthy of serving their country, attending their religious faith because they are told they were a sin or an abomination. Future generations have the freedom to be who they are and serve in the armed forces if they so choose, and be proud doing it without persecution. My final statement is this: the generations following us who identify as LGBT will not know the fear of being dishonorably discharged for being who they are. No one will ever give it a second thought. Our country and society will be stronger because of it. We lay this wreath today in honor of the fallen, who served silently, afraid to let anyone know who they really were, and served a country who let them know they weren't worthy of the same rights. But you still served with honor and dignity. This wreath is for all of you who served in secret. We salute you. We are proud of you and your service. Thank you. This concludes our ceremony. Andrea Sanderson is going to sing the God Bless America, and then the ceremony will be over. Thank you so much for coming and witnessing this. It means a lot.
America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans,